In the next 9 minutes, I'm going to show you a psychological framework that has doubled the Facebook ad performance for one of our clients, making them over $125,000 in profits compared to the month before. And if you've been running ads but you haven't seen the returns that you expected, it's actually not your fault. The secret isn't some fancy targeting, media buying jujitsu, or getting expensive creative from a very expensive agency, but it's actually understanding how the human brain makes decisions at different stages of awareness. You see, people need completely different messages depending on how well they know you, which is why when Nike puts a branded advertisement like this, people buy, but when you do it, people shy away. They're like, who is this? And when you match the messaging to your audience's psychology, 3 things happen. 1, cold prospects actually start to read your ads. 2, they clicked because they felt like you were speaking to them like a human, not some kind of marketing bot. And most importantly, they actually purchase because they've built up trust since they feel like you're speaking to them. By the way, I'm Camilo, and over the past 7 years, my agency has generated over $100 million in profits for our clients. We've serviced over 35 enterprise level brands. Some of these you might even recognize. And we've done so by applying these exact principles. Okay, so what I'm about to share are the 3 most important psychological triggers that top performing Facebook advertisers use to get results that seem almost impossible to the average marketer, right? So the first one is actually the audience mirror effect. The human brain is wired to pay attention to things that feel personally relevant, right? Most advertisers make the mistake of using complicated language or marketing jargon that people don't really care about, or they think they're sounding clever by doing it. So let me show you how to create the audience mirror effect that stops people mid-scroll. The first thing you want to do is you actually want to find reviews and forums that talk about your specific product or industry. And you want to get 5 to 10 screenshots, kind of like this. You see, this one talks about a previous situation, trigger for change. This is for a pillow. And also this one here is for clippers, like a hair clipper. And these are reviews. And then what you do is you take these things that people say and you actually put this in the copy, right? You take the problems and use them. You take the desires and you use them. You want to use the exact terminology, even if it sounds too normal or even too direct. And let me show you one example here of these guys that we're talking about on Reddit forums and reviews about when they travel, that their first thing that they do when they get to the destination is they fall asleep because they're traveling from the USA to Europe. And this is what we used in the video itself.
Oh, vacation time? I am so excited. I used to drag myself through dream destinations too exhausted to fully experience.
So what we've done is we actually have recreated that experience that these guys are facing in the video, and we also made it funny. And now the second trigger is actually the identity shift. And thing is, people don't buy products, they buy a different version of themselves, either a better version or a new version, which is why when somebody makes an ad about the gym and saying, hey, look how nice the facilities are, it doesn't really work. But when you say, hey, this is Sarah, she came in there and she would exercise 4 times a week and see no changes, but now when they came to this personal training program, within 6 weeks she saw a massive difference. It's because they want a better or new version of themselves. Now imagine a cat here and it's looking at the mirror and it says, if I buy a lion's mane, everyone will know that I'm an apex predator. Okay, that's that identity shift that you want people to have. And so what we can do is find the current state that your ideal audience is in, the desired state, and then the gap itself is what your product bridges. And the thing is, most marketers, they start with the desire state and they're like, yeah, let's just like focus on desires. But you also need to think about who your ideal prospect is and where they are before it. For example, if somebody is going to buy some trainers to do running, the current state is I am somebody who doesn't run. The desire state is I want to be a runner. Okay, so they need to shift their identity, and that's why they buy the Nike trainers, because Nike is all about victory. So once you have discovered this, then you want to put that into your creative. Let me show you how we did it for these 2 brands. This is the first one.
How to feel confident in shorts again after 30. After 30, cellulite gets worse with each passing year. Those dimples deepen, spread, and become more noticeable. And no amount of exercise or creams can stop that, but there is hope. You see, cellulite isn't just about fat, it's caused by rigid collagen fibers pulling down on your skin. And there is one clinically proven ingredient that targets these structural issues, Sod B dimples. which you can only find in multi-collagen burn powder. Imagine waking up 12 weeks from now, looking in the mirror and feeling confident after seeing visibly smoother thighs. That's what thousands of women have experienced after multi-collagen burn powder since.
So you can see here, the identity shift is how can you feel more confident with your own body, and then straight away tackle the science of cellulite, because a lot of women think cellulite is this genetic thing that they can't change, but you actually can change it. And let me show you another one here for this peptide that is for...
Scientists discovered this anti-aging compound in 1973, but the beauty industry kept it quiet. Let's be honest, most anti-aging products are just expensive moisturizers. So I get why people are skeptical about anything that claims to combat aging. But GHKCU is different. It was discovered in 1973, and this copper peptide basically tells your skin cells to act younger at a DNA level. 300 plus studies have proven that it stimulates collagen, reduces inflammation, and accelerates skin repair, which makes your skin look visibly younger and hair thicker after 12 weeks. But you don't need to get it from injections to get the benefits, because Sooth Subs offers GHK.
So the idea here is that the current state of our ICP is that they are skeptical. They don't believe that all of these things can actually change your skin. And so we did the science to also prove it. And these types of what we call mini VSLs are cooking for our brands right now, because they cover a lot of objections and cover the skeptical type of persona who typically doesn't buy things online these days because everyone's making so many claims. And the next one, and then the final trigger, is the psychological ownership loop. So your brain values things more once you've already owned them, or you feel like you've owned them. This is why when you go to a clothes store, you can try the clothes on. When you go to a furniture store, you can try the furniture. But also it's the same effect that you have with IKEA, where they make you build your own furniture, and so you feel like you played a huge part in that. And the same way that when you use Notion, you build out this entire complicated database, and now you feel like, okay, I need to use it because I spent so much time building it. And so what we can do in our content is use either vivid sensory details or create a future pacing language to have somebody imagine what it's like if they were to own your product. So for example, this one here.
No flakes ever. I can't be the only one who rubs their eyes and then realizes you're wearing mascara, and then you look in the mirror and there's black circles literally all over your eyes, and it's all over your hands, and you look crazy. I finally found a mascara that doesn't smudge or smear under my eyes. It uses tubing technology, so it stays all day but comes off easily with water. There is literally no better feeling than knowing that your mascara is going to stay put no matter what, and I don't.
And so you see here, she's talking about, I've experienced this exact problem. Here is what it will be like when you own this product. If you rub your eyes, nothing will happen, and the feeling for it. And if you want some serious inspiration, you need to go on Pinterest and just scroll a little bit, because the ads on Pinterest are crazy. Look at this one. Now, as a marketer, this is fun, but also when you speak to real human beings that actually buy stuff online, they look at this and they go, oh, that's so satisfying. I want to do that. I want to use a little vacuum. I want to take out all the air and see how much space I have left inside it. And so they get really excited about these things. And so either speaking to them, future pacing their desires or what they want and the desired state, or showing them using sound or visual cues so that they go, I need to have that identity shift. Now, if you follow this exact system, you will see significant changes in how your ads perform. But let's be honest, implementing this requires a lot of technical knowledge about Facebook and navigating the changes that happen every single month. You also need to stay ahead of the learning curves, what people are consuming, and continuously test new approaches. So at this point of the video, you actually have three choices. The first one is to try this yourself by rewatching the video, taking notes, and applying this to your team. But it might take you months, maybe even years to figure things out. And you might not be ahead of the curve, because by the time that I make the next video, things have changed. And plus, let's be honest, you probably watch another video telling you a completely different trick, and so you're gonna go a different direction. The second option is you take all the internal trainings that we have inside our agency, Epic Ads Lab, that has serviced over 35 plus enterprise level clients and made thousands of ads. And you can find all these trainings inside our school community at Creators Lab, where I even take 1 hour to roast your ads every single week. And I also give you exclusive access to my pool of UGC creators and video editors that edit their response. And the last option is only if you are ready to scale and have an agency do this for you, and you can book a free strategy session where I'll show you how we copy and paste all of our systems inside your business, all done for you. But I'll be honest, we only take about 15 to 20 applicants every single month because of the amount of learnings that we have to put into your business. And by the way, if your ads are still struggling to get spent, you might want to check out this video right here. I'll see you in the next one.